Welcome back to Kinlaig on Farming Simulator 25 Highlands Fishing. It's episode 21 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the last episode, I said about putting in the what are they called? Triggers. So I've put one in for carpentry. I said I was going to have a look and see what was available. What I did do was place a little silo next to it so that the actual pipe that comes with it would fit onto something, otherwise they're hanging in the middle of nowhere. And this will take planks and wood. I think it can take other stuff as well. Oh, planks long, but I'm using the planks long. This is so we can produce furniture. So we've got planks in there. Then got another pallet nearly ready to go. And the other thing we can put in is wood. So I'm going to cut a tree down, cut the trees down, bring some logs over so we can get this chugging away. What adaptive triggers? Why is my mind blanked as to what they're called? Anyway, doesn't matter. So yeah, I think we'll. Oh, actually, what I might do, I've got 3 stacks of wood left on those sort of pallet stacks. They're not really pallets, are they? I think it refers to them as pallets. We'll take those down and sell those. That way, that's all gone. And again, that's not saying I'm not going to do any more at any point, because it's a good way to generate income if we need to buy any bits and bobs. So I think what we'll do is we'll swing this around, load those up. I'll take those off and sell them. It should be for 3 stacks. What do we normally get? 120 grand? Was it 40 odd for each one, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm sure it was something like that. So yeah, I'll load one of these up, these 3 up, and I'll get them done. And then what we'll do, we'll cut a tree down. I think what I'll do is I'll take the first one. These, I might take it over to the to our new little carpentry and see. The carpentry was 5 grand to place the triggers. So hey, makes sense to do that. I'll take one of these down, try it. If it doesn't work, then we'll cut a tree down. If it does work, great. It just makes more sense since I've got one here already. And then we'll move on to the next thing. I've got to work out what that next thing's going to be. It didn't work, but that's not a problem. I'm going to cut a tree down. Now, I could have put one of those stacks, or all of the 3 of those stacks, into our little wood distributing shed. But the problem with that is, and I've said this many times now, is if you've got multiple productions that require the same thing, when you set them to distributing, it doesn't distribute them equally. It's very weird how you get a split of how things get distributed. I don't really want or need any more going to the sawmill. I'd rather it just went to the carpentry, but if you set it to distributing from that shed, you can't control where it goes to. So I think if I cut a tree down, I'll just lop this down, take the sides off of it, we'll take some logs over and I can pile them up. I think it only holds about 12,000 litres of wood. I can't remember how much of planks, but I think what we'll do is I think I've got one more pallet of planks that's almost ready to go. Whoops. Okay, 2 trees I'm going to be taking down then. If I can take this one down next to it. Yep. And then hopefully it'll fall. If I can take this one down and get out of the way of both of them falling, otherwise they'll fall on me. Yeah, so once the next full pallet of standard planks is out, because I think I'm on 950 litres or something, then I'll switch the planks off and I'll just run long planks and wood beams at the sawmill, because then I need furniture, and then obviously we've got the roof shingles. I think I've got another one ready to go over for our little glamping pod type things. So that's the plan. The other thing I've been thinking as well is, when did it come out? Is it just before Christmas? Yes. Something came out and I was like, I really, really like that. And because I've got 60 grand in my account, so we've got the Kinlaig farm account, we've got the Kinlaig bank account, and then we've got my account, which was my fishing account, if you remember, when we were doing all of our rod and reel fishing, and we got all the bonuses and various different stuff. We've still got 60 grand sitting in my little slush fund. So I think I'm going to treat myself. Again, like I said, new year, new me, lots of changes, things happening in light of things that have happened in MrSealyp world, and I talked about it, a little bit in a previous episode. It's very much a case of, you know what, if I want to do it, I'm going to do it. Yeah. If it makes me happy, fine. That's the key to this, isn't it? As long as I enjoy it. Am I going to use it much? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not, but I want to get one. So you'll see what it is anyway. But I think we're going to have to get it shipped in. I think when we get it delivered in, it's going to come in its basic form. Not like IKEA, like a flat pack. And then we'll take it and we'll do all the bells and whistles to it, which is pretty cool. So we can add the things we want to it. So we'll just get its basic format. It will all make sense in a little while. Another thing I'm thinking of doing as well is another mod that came out recently. They were the Stuart trailers originally, weren't they? But this one is, I think it's come out as Lizard. The ones that used to have, and I've always done it with the English flag on the side of it, and there's an option for the Scottish flag. So I think, should we buy another trailer? Why not? Let's be patriotic to where we are at the moment. We'll get another trailer with a Scottish flag. Again, do we need another trailer? Probably not. Do I want another trailer? Absolutely. So you know what? And the more stuff we've got invested in assets and equipment and machinery, when we do eventually move on, we leave water in a very good position, that's good. That's handy. That's what we need. Can I fit this through the gap? I can. Cool. Probably lopsided a little bit here, but that's all right. I think the snow's due to stop soon. It's whether or not when the snow stops we'll... Oh dear. Oh dear. Too busy thinking about what I'm going to say next. Yeah, will the snow clear or will it stay? Who knows? But I'm finding it it's really lovely, isn't it? Yeah, so this there we go. Yeah, but that, I know I've already mentioned it, but that silo behind, because I didn't have a building that had enough space left, I need to put it somewhere where the actual stack to the left was on something. I think the silo was 900, no, 450. So we should have a bit of wood in there now. Oh, it's not too bad actually for that bit. That's now on. That's now on. 10 to 14 with wood chip as a byproduct. We shall. Yeah, we're good. Right. Could I put it somewhere else? Probably. I'm happy with it there. The road's slippy. I've got to be careful putting my brakes on here. Got a load behind me. I don't want to be sliding off down the road. Have I told that story before about when I was a postman? I'm sure I have. In the snow, my brother and I on our way to work. I was in my car, he was in his car. We both turned into where the post office where we worked as delivery postman was. And you came down a hill. It was snowy and icy. And then there was a little T-junction. We had to turn down the little lane where the post office was, called Rectory Lane. And I put my brakes on to slow up and turn down the turning, and just locked up, and I slid straight past the turning, carried on down the hill, just sliding. My brother did exactly the same thing. Both of us just sliding down the hill. And that thing of you take your foot off the brake and hopefully you can get a bit of traction again, because when at the bottom of the hill was a main road, and it was terrifying. I'm not going to lie. I know this all seems all over the place at the moment. There is method to my madness. I'm just mopping up a few odd jobs here and there. And I thought, oh, because I went down and I got the roof tiles, roof shingles. We had the castle stones sat there. So I thought, oh, what I'll go and grab the castle stones. I'll put them on a trailer. It was only 3. I might as well just put them on this. Bring them up so we can drop them off. In dropping them off here at the castle, we should get paid for them. I haven't checked on the price. I don't know what they'll come out at. And then what I'll do on the way back, because we haven't done one of these for a little while, and again, it's not about necessarily making a load of money. Obviously, the more you deliver, oh, that's all right. Take that. And that's technically a byproduct for me, because I just wanted the roof tiles. So the castle stones, why not? It doesn't need castle stones at the moment. It actually needs wood beams and long planks, but we'll do that. Yeah, I haven't delivered any coal for the train for a while. It didn't pay out huge amounts of money, and because there's a little gap between the cost of buying the pallets and what they're paying you for the pallets. But I'm doing it as a service to the railway. So what I'll do on the way back, we'll whiz out, go to the coal yard, coal mine, grab some pallets of coal, take those and drop them off at the train station. And I think that'll be my odds and ends jobs done. I think. Yeah, sure it will. While I'm doing it, might as well record it. I think if I do 6, depending on the direction I turn them, I should be able to get 2 rows of 3. I should be able to get them on that log thing, because they're tall but they're quite narrow. So I've just got to make sure I put these the right way round so I can grab them. Lengthways, I don't think my forks will stretch far enough, but widthwise it should. Does that make sense? I'll show you. I should have bought a trailer out. I've got the Unimog on the back of it, so I could have put I could have attached a trailer to it, and it would have been absolutely fine. But I was just, I don't know. I thought expediency. It hadn't dawned on me to come and do coal at the time. As I was coming back down from the castle, as you've seen in the previous clip, I thought, oh, I tell you what we could do. Let's do this. I can't remember how many pallets I took last time. It was quite a few. We made a little bit of profit. It's not going to be mega money, but again, same as it is with doing the contracts on here. We're helping out the local community. The railway needs coal. We're up here. Might as well take some over. I mean, it'll cover our time and, you know, maybe a bit of fuel, but nothing more than that really. If I can push these up. This shouldn't be how I transport them, I know that, but I'm here now. I think what I'm going to do maybe after the next... Oh, actually, I didn't say about what we get with regard to goat milk, and then we can get some aged goat cheese being made. As well as keeping it. I might switch out the gorgonzola and do something else. I think I'll have 3 pallets of gorgonzola and might do something else. I might skip ahead a month or 2 maybe. Try and get some nicer weather potentially. It's about 3:45 in the afternoon. Snow has melted. All the odd jobs and bits and bobs are done. As you can see, I'm on my account, MrSealyp. My 60,000 is down to 16,407. We purchased the thing that I was talking about, and it's on its way. We're going to head down to the docks for its arrival. I also bought a trailer. Actually, you might have even seen on the thumbnail. So yeah, what I would do is... Actually, I'm going to leave it on my account, because when we offload this... We're going to take it to the vehicle shop. Actually, will it be cheaper at mine or the vehicle shop? To put all the new parts and things on it that we're going to adjust it. And this is, again, this is purely indulgent because this is on my account. This is just me buying something I want. Am I going to use it much? Who knows? Will I drive it around a lot? Who knows? I don't know. Genuinely, life is too short to not do the things you want to do, so I'm just doing them, whatever it might be. What we need to do is, let me just double check the milk situation with the goats. Am I going to switch this over? How's this looking? I'll just double check on the leg. We should be able to do it. There we go. So we should have, we're looking at Gorgonzola 682. How much milk have we got? Have we used all the milk? I could have sworn with what we put in there extra, we would have had enough. Okay, well what we'll probably do is once we've got another Gorgonzola, we will then swap over and we'll probably do some ricotta, I think. What was the ricotta recipe? I think it was just milk and, yeah, we'll do some ricotta. That'll be the next step. So we'll wait till we get another full, because we're almost there on a full one anyway. Let's just check on how much goat milk we've got. It won't be a huge amount yet. They haven't been in long enough. I didn't say it in the last episode how many I ended up putting in, did I? We've got 42 in there in total. We're looking here. 76 litres. Okay. That will crack right along. Let's get down to... if I drive something down, I've got to then bring it back because it'll be left. I'll see if I can get a bus down. Call an Uber. Farming Simulator Ubers. We need those. It's very exciting. Can you guess what it might be? There's the trailer. I've got myself another Unimog. But this is that modded one. So we've got proper chunky tyres on this. Now what I'm going to do, we'll drive it to the store and then we're going to have a fiddle around with everything. Lights, light bars, so we've got the tyres on it. We'll decide what back we're going to put on it. Bull bar, front and rear 3-point, I guess. I don't know. We'll have to decide, can I get these tension straps undone? Let's just put them on. I'll do that one, that one, that one. Can I get out through that gap? That's the question. Possibly. Maybe not. There we go. And then hopefully if I can hook up to the trailer as well, we can get both off at the same time. I went for the 241 horsepower. This thing came in at, well, 60 grand less what the 16 left, so it's not a huge amount of money considering. Yes, I know I've had one before. I'm not going to be using this for everything. I've got all those tractors, but 241. Look at that. The way that lines up on the dock, that's perfect, isn't it? Not a bad angle either. Can I get the trade-off as well? And like I say, I thought that's a really, really nice trailer. And I've always gone with one with the Union Jack on it, Union flag. But we're in Scotland, so had to be done. Let's get to the store. The transport boat is not owned by me, that is owned by the bank, but it is here and it is available for use. I'm not quite sure what the use. I was trying to work out a way of putting a shipping container on it. I mean, I can put a shipping container on it, but the trailer and the Unimog were too big to fit in the shipping containers. I got a phone call from the shipping company saying, look, I'm really sorry. I know you wanted them in shipping containers just to keep them protected and whatnot, but they're just too big. So, well, couldn't think about that. Can I get around there? Yes. Some lights on. We didn't have an option for left or right and drive on this one. What mod was that? Was that this? No. I'll double check. We're going to go, like I said, we'll go to the store. They've got all the parts and bits and bobs that we can adjust it with. And I think we'll skip ahead. We'll skip ahead to January. Got more snow coming. There's a couple of contracts available. Nothing too crazy. I've got nothing too much going on at the moment, so it's just going to be all the various different productions are going to need to be distributed around my daily deliveries and whatnot, and we'll check on our milk and that kind of thing. But we're looking good. Like I say, it is purely indulgent. But I suppose so is buying the Can-Am and the little tractor for our Christmas present. All of it was all a bit, you know. Whoa, mama. So what I've been considering doing, not in real life. I mean, I suppose I have in real life, technically, having been an air cadet for as long as I have and getting an opportunity to fly in a helicopter and do gliding and all that kind of stuff and flying in a chipmunk. And I've always thought how cool it would be to get a pilot's license, but it's really expensive to do in real life. I've played all sorts of flight sim games over the years. I used to play Ace Combat. I loved that. That was so good. So maybe try and get a pilot's license. Just an idea. Let's detach that. Can I get this up on the ramps? I mean, I'm doing this completely blind. I don't even know if I'm on them properly. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Sometimes it looks like I know what I'm doing. Not always. Turn the lights off. Engine off. And we should be able to... That's so annoying. Why are there no... So you can't actually put the vehicle... I've always just done it in the doorway. Try again. You must be kidding. What is the point of having the ramps there if you can't put a vehicle on the ramps because it doesn't register there? So you have to be outside, do you? And then it'll register. Still nothing. Huh? Hello? Oh, is it because I'm on the wrong... Who it's owned by? Surely that can't... It is, isn't it? That's what it is. Try that again. Yep, let's go back on the ramps. Try that again. I think I've got enough money to do all the things I want to do. Might have to do some more fishing. No. Oh, come on. It's a wind up. Come on, Giants. Sort out your garages. What's going on? Yep. Okay, so customization without platform. 1500, 3600. I want some capacity. I mean, I can always switch it out to a bale tray if I want, but this will wait just in moving stuff. Oh, will it? What am I likely to put in it? I don't know. Do I want it with a cover? That's rather funky looking. We've got the tuning. Tyres I'm happy with. Wides I'm happy with. Exhaust. What do we want to go with? That, I think. Do I want the decal? Probably not. Beacon lights. 2 beacon lights, small. And then there's the large. Yeah, we'll go small. Roof installations. So we'll just go with that. Or do I want that? Seems a bit excessive. Just go with lights. Horseshoe, no, not interested. Protective installations. Bull bar and lights. Absolutely bull bar and lights. That looks cool. Do I want a monitor inside? I'm not that fussed about a monitor. Only rear hydraulics, front and rear hydraulics. Without hydraulics, only front. With rear hydraulic, no. Ball head, actually no. Let's go back with front and rear. I don't want that. Colours and stuff we're alright with. What's that going to come in at? 5,860 for all those. So we've got a back on it, we've got spotlights, we've got exhaust, front and rear hydraulic, PTO on the front anyway, bull bar with spotlights, beacons. Oh, that's pretty trick. Let's customise. And way cheaper than buying the... Look at the width of those tyres. Like I said, chunky boy. And I might just use this my own personal gain benefit. I'm just thinking actually, do I want to have a flatbed on that? Well, I can always change it up at the yard. I can just take this off and we can have flatbed, like a bale trailer. I'm just thinking, but delivering our logs and not logs, our wood and stuff like that, because this will go at 49 miles an hour, so it's no slouch. Oh, it's a good setup. How are the lights looking? Boom, boom. Oh yeah, that's bright. Right, I'll see you in January. In my continuing efforts to try out all different delivery solutions, I bought another trailer. Oh, different one. Well, I say another one. I'm selling one and buying another one. I thought if I can use this, because that will go at 49 miles an hour, so it gets me around the map a little bit quicker. I've got that trailer, which is absolutely fine. Some of the locations we're going to, we've got forklifts and stuff. Some we haven't. So I thought if I can take the telehandler with me, that would eradicate the need for certain loaders, which means I could sell some of them. Actually, probably just the smaller one, the skid steer loader. So what I'm trying to work out is if I load this onto here and I've put that on, the ramps on this, because the other trailer doesn't have ramps, the ramps will fold up when this is backed right up. Can I load all the bits and bobs on that I need and have the telehandler, and will that pull it? Especially uphill. Some of these are liftable by hand, some of these aren't, so I'm going to need the telehandler to do that. So what we've got on here is today's wood supply to go out to our little cabins that are being built. I've got the first of my furnitures, which is great. I'm restocking our offshore aquaculture. We've got some more young salmon, and then we've got a fish food that we're going to throw. I think the fish food's all right, and we're okay for young salmon, but just to top it all off. And then I've got today's salmon, today's trout to be sold, and there's a salmon down at the aquaculture. We're going to whiz out to the stonemason. We're going to grab a roof tile, and we're going to put that on as well. So we're just going to be taking stuff out to the various locations. But I thought, since I'm doing this, because that one's a double axle, this one I've gone for a triple. It's just a, I guess, a proof of concept, really. Will this work? So I mean, at the end of the day, it will work. It just depends how much stuff I decide to put on and how much weight I use, how much space I use. But the good thing about this being, hopefully, like I said, we'll sell this, and what I'll do is I'll load, if I've got enough room, I'll probably have porridge and stuff to deliver as well, aren't I? Just remembered that too. Can I grab that just by the edge and lift that and that at the same time? I can, okay. Problem is, yes, I came on from the back before, so I guess what we could do here, as long as it doesn't tip too far, let's start that up, drop that off, move out of the way quickly, Again, I could have put a flatbed on this, which I could switch it out now, and then we could put some of the stuff on this as well, which I guess that was not a bad idea. Good thinking. Let's put that there. We need to switch accounts. We know that from last time. Let's go to MrSealyp. It's not a bad idea, is it? Good. Whoever that was that thought of that, brilliant. Well done. I like that as an idea. I was going to customise it. I can't customise it up at the main yard because up at the main yard it belongs to Kinlaig Farm, and I bought this. This is mine, so I could only get it to work with mine. Bale transport 0. It's going to cost me to do that. Customise. What a jolly good idea. Well, I never. All these fit on the back of there. Let's try this. I shouldn't be right on the very edge of this. Literally the edge of reason. Oh no, it will go. It will. We should be alright. Yeah, look at this. Oh, come on. So that's fish food delivery supplies. Drop that. Got a lot of weight on there now, but that's alright. Should I push it further forward? Probably should, shouldn't I? So it's not all there we go. Nice. The only other thing that's not liftable is our trout. The other stuff is, so I'll bet I'll just pile that on. Oh yeah, we'll have bags of them, acres, literally acres of them. Maybe. Maybe not. Let's do that. So we can see what we're doing. Now, am I going to put this on the back of there? Or... Nope. Okay, what did I just hit? That was odd. There's some invisible headache rack or something. What am I hitting? Weird. Right. That's on, that's on, that's on. Awesome. Right, we'll load the rest of this up. Like I say, I might get to the first steep hill. This might not cope. So, like I say, fingers crossed. I have taken on it. Well, we got a cultivating contract today, didn't I? Hang on a minute, where's my I took on a cultivating contract. Maybe the time ran out on it. We can whiz out and cultivate that field, can't we? Let's accept that. We've got a cultivator. Again, helping out the local community. Right, I'm going to load the rest of this up. I'll see in a little while. We'll see how this handles it. This cost me 25 grand. I need to check in the settings. Actually, let's do that while we're here as well. Let's go and check on here. 40-foot flatbed. We'll set up. Flat frame, wood type. Auto bales. Go for that option. Wood transport, flatbed, we're back to again. But nothing's showing as an option for a... I wonder what that was about. Anyway, there's obviously something going on here. Right, let's carry on. I'll tell you what, this thing is an absolute beast. I honestly thought, oh, it's going to struggle, it's a lot of weight, and yeah, it did slow down, but it changed gear all right, and once it changed down, dropped it down a gear, give it a handful, and off we went. Sorted. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm not unloading everything into each of the, there's a word I'm looking for. So we'll put that on and that on, I think, to give us a bit of light on what we're doing. Yeah, and each of the builds, because I don't want to put too much in. The build's complete and then find I put in way too many resources, because, you know, resources are worth something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I put roof shingles into 2 of them. This one doesn't have roof shingles stored yet. I also took liberty on each one. I came out after I finished whichever episode it was, last episode. I put a picnic table and a barbecue at each one as well, so when they're done, each one's got one of those. So that one's going to get a roof shingles. The other roof shingle I went to collect from the stonemasons, which I just did. We've got 2 roof shingles here, and got 1 roof shingle to the side. I'm then going to put 1 wood beam and 1 planks long into each of them again, just to top them up, and the rest I'm going to put to one side as spares for later on. So when those products have run out, if it needs more, so I can just keep bringing stock up here. If it gets to a point where all the stuff's built and I've got a load of supplies left here, I'll load the supplies back onto the trailer, take them off and sell them. So I don't want to put too much in. Then what I'm going to do, once I've unloaded all this into these for today, I'm going to take the trout down. I'm going to pick up today's porridge. I'm going to pick up today's salmon. I'm going to drop off the young salmon and the supplies there, and probably pick up the skid steer loader as well while we're there. That's at least at the moment. We'll undo that one. We'll undo that one because that had a detrimental effect. Oh, genius me realised, you know, when I said I thought I had a cultivating contract, it was because I'd swapped over onto my account and not the Kinlaig farm account. The Kinlaig farm account I had a contract for cultivating, so I've taken one on my contract, or on my account. I had one on Kinlaig as well, so that's why it was missing. I just could not for the life of me work out what had happened, where it had gone, you know, and that's where and why. So what we'll do, because these I can't lift up by hand, and the furniture as well, I'm going to put furniture into one of them, and when I get 2 more furnitures I'll put furniture into the other 2, and the same thing with the furniture. Any more I will bring up and I'll put it to one side, because I don't want to overload things, you know. Let's do that. No, I'm not going to do this all with the telehandler. These ones I can do by hand, but I think we'll telehandler it and make a little more sense with it. So we'll put 1 of each in these in. And I will see you. Where will I see you? I'm not sure. Maybe doing the cultivating contract. We're in a difficult time of year. We've got, you know, I've been doing a lot of wood stuff. We're getting these built. It's a lot of pallet movement at the moment. I've got the cultivating contract. We've got nothing to do on our fields. Nothing can be planted yet. So we're kind of in limbo really. I'm just skipping ahead the months until we get to where we're going, but obviously these things need to be stocked up as we go. Righto, let's carry on. I told you I'd see you down here. So, things, wood, stuff delivered. We've picked up the porridge, that's stacked up. We've got our trout that we brought down. We've got a salmon on here, actually, you know what I'll do. I've adjusted the load simply because it was easier. So it's around. I must remember when I go up into the town to sell the porridge to make sure I switch over onto the Kinlaig bank account, because it's their porridge and I need to know how much it sells for, so we can take our cut. They're producing it, but we supplied everything. We didn't get paid for any of the materials, so we need to get our money. So I've left myself hopefully enough room to put this on and the telehandler on the back. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know whether to move it to another location to use for something else, or whether or not... I mean, to be fair, I'm using the telehandler for pretty much everything now. And if I'm doing deliveries or collecting stuff, this always here struggled to... I struggled to get the stuff on. Picking these pallets up like I'm doing now was a doddle. That's what it's designed for. But for loading things up onto that platform up there, I struggle with. Now, as we can see, I've still got loads of fish food left over. There's still loads of fish food up here. We have run low on our other things. Where's our trigger? There we go. So fish food, yeah, we're good, and we've got some sitting there. And I've got another one I've just brought over. Young salmon we're short on. So what did I bring over? 3 pallets? We're going to load all that up on here now anyway. We're only doing salmon here because we've got trout in our little fish pond, so we're good with that. So let's load this up. To the straps on that and that. So I'm going to do this on the edge again, only because this will only strap down the depth of 1 pallet or log or whatever it is you're doing. So I have to kind of grab this on the edge if I want to get the fish food. Or I could just do the fish food, and actually, you know what? That would probably make more sense. Do it a bit more proper. Zoom that out. Find something hit the wall. Actually, what I can do is back up a little bit. I'll drop the fish food there. And this should all probably, I say this should all maybe, what's it, 2,000 litres each, so maybe. I was thinking about doing a bigger offshore aquaculture as well. Oh, there you go, it's taken 2, left 1. But the thing with that is, I'm running it here. The bigger ones have got a faster production speed, but I don't have enough fish food. I've got my little fish food thing that I'm producing, and I could argue, well, I'll just buy the bigger fish food production. That would make sense. But the thing with that as well is I don't have the resources to put into it to make the fish food, so I might as well just stay with what I'm doing. At the end of the day, I wanted to, like I said, right from the outset on Kinlaig, I wanted to have a go at all the various different things that the map had to offer and the Highlands fishing had to offer, which I think I've done, am doing pretty well, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure someone will. Right, strap that down, then we'll put the, like I say, I don't know, I really like this, but I'm just not using it. Kind of back up onto it, maybe. And then what we'll do, I'll take this, we'll do our daily porridge delivery, and I'll decide what I'm going to do about this. Because even in the yard, I'm still using the telehandler. Even if I took this to the yard and thought, oh, well, I'll just use it for odds and ends, I probably still won't use it. So, let's raise that right up. I'm not sure how far up the things go. Do that and that. And then I'll go and do that cultivating contract, the one that I should have done before, that, but I did it wrong, and, you know, you know how it is. I'm really pleased I bought this, again because I like a Unimog, but also it seems to be a bit of a beastie, and it looks brilliant as well. Right, do that on the back, turn the beacons. Actually, should I keep the beacons on just to warn the people that there's a lunatic with a load of heavy stuff on? Maybe. Look at it, look, it just doesn't care. Let's go. We did alright out of that. Sold our fish. The porridge made just over 60,000. So the Bank of Kinlaig moved us 30, so we're up to 294,000. Not bad at all. All in a day's work. And now we are cultivating this field here, I think. There is a ploughing contract available as well, actually. And I did consider, seeing as the fact we've got a 3-point front and rear, putting the plough on the front and that on the back, doing one, then swapping them over while we're out in the field. But I thought, you know what, let's one thing at a time. Let's just, you know, just settle down. There we go. I was worried it wasn't going to hit the ground then. I thought, oh no, what if it's too high? But it's designed for this. Shut up, Steve. You're talking nonsense. Right. With some cultivating. So yeah, it's just going to be the odds and ends like this really. I think what I might do is, as we go through January 2, actually what we need to double check before I finish, before we go anywhere, let's go to our planting and harvesting. Yeah, we're looking at March and April before we can do anything. February we can put cotton in the ground, but we're not doing cotton. Scroll down, there's nothing else. So yeah, we need to be into March before we can put anything else in the ground. Some of them April as well. So peas, potatoes, olives, onions. And we could do onions. I haven't actually planted onions. I haven't done putting onions in the ground. I want to put soybean in the ground, because if we are going to continue, even if I leave the farm and we go off somewhere else, whoever takes on the farm are going to need a crop in the ground that's going to help towards making the fish food, because that's making money, and you know, why not? But our soybean, yeah, that'll be April, so we might have to skip ahead a fair bit. So what I might do is the sort of daily chores, I might do a few of those and do some off camera. We'll jump ahead, because I also want to harvest our field that we planted, because there's something I want to try as well with regard to the straw swath. Something that came out ages ago, and I had it installed and I just haven't used it. And I was going through my mods the other day, like thinning them out, all the ones, thinking, do I need this, do I need that, what ones do I need, what can I get rid of? And so I thought, oh, I've still got this sitting here, and I haven't actually tried it. So I know I'm being cryptic, but it's yeah, I will give it a go, and we'll see how it sort of plays out. But for now, I'm just going to smile and wave, boys, just smile and wave, and enjoy myself, which is the point of it, isn't it? I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.